Hey guys, Priji here. In this video we're going to create this iOS UI design from scratch in Figma. Now I also want to remind you that I recently launched a Figma course, so if you want to bring your Figma skills to the next level, feel free to check it out. But now without further ado, let's jump right into the tutorial. So we're back in Figma, and now the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a frame, and we're going to use the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Now let's double click over here, and we're going to rename this to 1. So as a first thing, I'm actually going to go ahead and write some text and statistic. Can I even write that? So we're going to use SF Pro Text, which is the font from Apple. And let's go ahead, or actually I'm not 100% sure if it's from Apple, but it's definitely used in iOS devices. So let's actually go ahead and add an arrow over here so we can easily have a navigation bar on the top. And we're going to use this arrow right here. And let's just adjust the angle. You're going to try and match it so that it's going to be basically aligned with the actual text. All right, I'm going to unframe it. Now I'm going to duplicate this and write over here spending. Let's make it smaller and left aligned. And let's duplicate this one more time. And just before we adjust the other text, we're going to basically make this one from semi-bold, maybe regular. Actually, let's just keep it at medium. And we're going to add a value right here. It's going to be this one here. And let's make this way bigger. Just like that. Maybe let's opt for a bold version. All right. And by the way, this is inspired by a UI kit called Figma, which you can find on UI8 if you're interested in seeing the entire UI kit. It's really nice finance-based UI kit, which recently discovered. And I thought, hey, let's just recreate one of these screens so some of the viewers can actually benefit from this. All right, so I'm actually looking for a arrow, but not any type of arrow. I'm looking specifically for one of these guys. I'm going to delete this rectangle. And basically, these are really useful in order to showcase if something is going up or down. And yeah, these would be actually, let's make a positive one because we want to have a positive feedback on this. And yeah, let's just keep it like that. And I think we're good with this section. Now let's just bring all of this up just a little bit. We're also going to add the top level menu, which you can find on pretty much any type of UI kit. And I'm actually going to go through one which we recently created in another video here on this YouTube channel. And I'm going to bring it all the way up here. Let's maybe let's not bring it too much up, and that will work. And by the way, you can simply search for on Google for Figma iOS kit. You're going to find these top menus in pretty much every kit, and you can simply copy and paste it. So it's not really something that you have to worry about. And now let's create some almost like tag buttons. Let's bring this one here, center it overall. I'm going to give it just a little bit of roundedness. Let's add a stroke, remove the fill, and the stroke is going to be 1.5. And here we go. going to make this an auto layout, so using Shift+A. So as you can see, the moment that we update this a few times, going to write in month, it's kind of going to auto adjust. So pretty cool feature. By the way, just before we continue, I'm also going to add two columns, so we can use them as reference for building this up. I'm going to make these columns a little bit light gray, so they don't interfere too much with the design and we can actually see what's going on really. Let's distribute this one. Let's bring all these guys to the left. And now I'm actually going to make this one white. And I'm going to select this element. I'm going to add a fill, which is going to be a blue color. I'm going to remove the stroke. And here we go. So we're going to make this one black, just so that it's more visible really. And now we're ready to move on to the very next stage, which is creating the different elements of the grid. I'm going to make this one smaller. I'm going to add a line over here. We're going to make this line a dash, and let's make it light, like this light gray right here. We're going to duplicate this just a few times. So we're going to have 4K. Let's make this one actually. Let's go 6, 4, 2, and 0. Let's add also some date values. Right, I'm going to bring all of this a little bit on the right. Distribute horizontal. We're going to make this center align. Let's start adding different months. All right, so now we have our base for the actual graph elements. Now let's round these up just a little bit. Yeah, actually like this would work. Let's create a few more of these guys. And I'm probably going to make all of them like 40% opacity except for one. Let's increase the width just a little bit. Just like that. We're going to change up and kind of like mix and match these graphs, so we can have some visual variety overall. And I think all is good so far. Now it's time to actually start adding some menu items below. So let's write year to date. Let's make this one black. I'm going to start adding some elements. First one's going to be apple. We're going to write here, maybe let's make it just a little bit smaller. And here's the first one, which is going to be an expense. Let's change this one up. I'm going to make it so that will be the date. And now we're also going to add the logo right here. Let's round it up. And now let's bring back nucleo icons for finding the Apple logo. And here we have it. Let's make it white. And here we have our very first item. Let's make this one green, maybe just a little bit darker. All right, so this is the first element. Now let's create a line right here. I'm going to use the same color as this gray line. This is going to serve us as a divider between elements, and I'm also going to add one more. Let's also duplicate this. We're going to have a call to action to view more. I'm going to make this one blue. All right, so we're going to have a view more option, and this one's going to be MasterCard upgrade. Okay, nucleo again. I'm going to write MasterCard, drag and drop it here. I'm simply going to make it just a little bit smaller. Probably just going to keep it and make this of the same color, and just remove this background. And let's increase the size. Amazing. All right, now I'm going to grab the bottom menu from one of the previous UI kits. So as you can see, you can easily just drag and drop it into place. One of the problems is that it's not really like inside of it, so you have to like drag it outside and then drag it inside. And as you see, those baby blue lines appearing makes it highlighted, and yeah, basically says that it's inside the frame. And same for this header, which as you can see had that small issue. It was essentially outside, but now we easily fix that. So this is pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. At this point you can easily just like group all the elements, rename it, clean all of this up, use Command G to create the different groups, and yeah, this would be pretty much it. I want to remind you that on my channel I have over 500 videos on UI UX design and hundreds on Figma, so feel free to check it out, and I'll see you in the next video.